Welcome, 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 you guys. Glasses. Y'all, I am in a new Sylvie book. Here is my old Sylvie book. All fat and swollen and full. Here is my new Sylvie book. It's not the first new Sylvie book, but I feel accomplished. This is the first new Sylvie book since I've been doing YouTube. How about that? Welcome, 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 you guys. It is Sylvie 414, and I am Sylvie, your rough edge lady. Just come to bring you some of that 414, that one in the middle for some balance. You see it your way, they gonna see it their way. But if we can come to the middle and just catch a little bit of balance, a little bit of understanding, you know, that breeds effective communication, man. You don't gotta agree. You don't have to condone. You don't have to accept. Just understand. See it from someone else's point of view. Seeing it from someone else's point of view does not then make it your point of view beautiful. No, no, no. Just makes for a great conversation piece. Or makes for some agreeing to disagree. That's all. So I hope y'all have had a wonderful day. Y'all, it is Wednesday. We is halfway through the week. We is halfway through the week. You feel me? We almost done. And guess what? 3 down, 2 to go. and look, I tried to talk myself into not coming live last night, just like I tried to talk myself into not putting on oils this face full of makeup last night. Excuse me. I tried to talk myself into not coming live tonight, like I tried to talk myself into not putting on that face full of makeup last night. Talked myself right on up to the dresser until I pulled all the makeup up off the dresser, y'all. I went live on Facebook last night. I'm going live on YouTube tonight. I'm going to take turns between you and YouTube and Facebook until I can get that StreamYard up and running. You feel me? And then I'm going to be able to hit multiple platforms from one device, or I think it's 2 devices. I just need my laptop working so that I can start to go on StreamYard. So again, I hope y'all have had a wonderful day. Today has been a great day for me. I got some things accomplished. I'm still trying to get look, I said I've been here 3 days. Still trying to get some of my schedule is faltering. I'm still working it out, though. We still hammering out them details, and it's going to come together. It's going to come together. Look, YouTube, we got to celebrate because we is on our way to 300. Look, we almost halfway through the twos. And I have to thank all of my platforms. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Everybody subscribing on all the platforms now. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Slow rolling. And look, every time I get to talking to D-God about doing something that can increase my subscriptions and my followings, I feel like I get a hard no. Look, I be going on people's pages that I be following and stuff, and looking at at new people's, old people's, looking at the amount of videos they have in comparison to the amount of videos I have, and they have been up here so long. Some of them got like 100 videos. I got over 1,000. And they are a mixture of lives, videos, and shorts, but I got over 1,000, which means I probably got more than 2,000 on Facebook, because Facebook was always by the G over the rest of them, because I started it on Facebook. But yes, and look, I keep telling people, and there's people that understand and can concur. YouTube and TikTok ain't no joke, but y'all are steady subscribing, and I likes it. I likes it a lot. But YouTube, we gonna celebrate. I got a whole strobe light back there that I bought to celebrate the 200s. We still in the 200s. That might be why I ain't got out the 200s, because I ain't celebrated, y'all. Welcome, 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 y'all. Look, y'all see that title? Are you attractive? Are you attractive? That thing has been on my mind. Look, it is certain things that the God has ensured to place on my mind for whatever reason or another. I'm probably going to stack books because I would like for my microphone to be in the camera. And since I was stacking books to begin this thing to make sure that it was sitting up, because that's what the Mini 3000, and she taught me this thing from the beginning, because it started out at their house when I was living with them for a little spell. And so she used to teach me how to sit my phone up on the book so that I could make everything steady, because I didn't have no ring light at that time. All I had was a phone and some books. I didn't have no microphone. I wasn't so steady on being consistent and things like that. It was a little less serious to me as it is now. But sometimes you got to work some things and some stuff to get you to that place where you need to be. That's all. Sometimes things take times. Now this, are you attractive? I got that from Tina Turner. Y'all heard me say Anime said it? Anime said it, eat the cake. Anime said it. Anime said, I may not have been gorgeous, which I disagree. I've always thought Tina Turner was gorgeous. She looks like some kind of cat. I look like a camel. She looks like some kind of cat. And I've always thought she was gorgeous. But she said, I may not be gorgeous, but I am attractive. And I knew what that meant instantaneously. You know what I'm saying? Even though she was saying she may not be gorgeous, but she attractive, because we're going to think, what do you mean you ain't gorgeous? You said you're attractive. You got to be gorgeous if you're attractive. No, you don't. You're only gorgeous if you say you're gorgeous. I don't give a flying flip what the people say. Whatever it is that you see in that mirror is what it's going to be. Let me tell you, I say that from so much personal experience, because I have not always seen in the mirror what I see now, what people see. People saw it way before I did. People see a lot in me way before I do. But I have not always seen in the mirror what I see now. I have not seen gorgeous, because I said, when I heard Tina's statement, I said, well, Lord, I definitely understand what she means, but I do think that I'm gorgeous. I'm not going to just walk around just flaunting gorgeousness in anybody's face or anything like that, but if I don't think I'm gorgeous first, who will? How many years did I go without believing or feeling gorgeous or pretty or anything like that? With or without makeup. Put the makeup on, because in my mind it made me look prettier than I was without it, because I didn't think I was pretty, so the makeup made me look pretty. Yeah, all of that. Now I have a whole God fighting to get me to come in it, to get in it. But beside the pretty, attractive. I have always said that about myself. I don't chase, I draw. I don't chase, I draw. That's attracting. If you're drawing something, you're attracting it to you. A magnet attracts that thing that it wants stuck to it. sometimes the things that the magnet attracts, it does not particularly want stuck to it. So you have to be careful when you're attractive. My therapist said that to me last week before last. We talk about these platforms, and she is very, very, very encouraging. And I know she the therapist, basically what they supposed to do or what have you. Sometimes it's just what you need. D-God told me that I needed to sit down with a therapist, and I thank God for sending me Miss Kimberly, because I like Miss Kimberly. But yes, she said, I love your personality. You have an amazing personality, and I feel like it will take you far on your platform. She said, but with that personality, you have to be careful. So I'm attractive. Attract good, bad, indifferent. You have to be discerning. You have to know who can be around you and who can't. You have to know what to say, when to say it, and when not to. Look, I had been talking to D-God like, Lord, I can't imagine I'm going back to look through 1,000 videos, Lord, but I thank you that you covered me up until then, that I haven't said anything that, that's all I can do at this point, and just be more cautious going forward, because I'm attractive. And guess what? So was Diddy. We're going to talk about it. Attractive has nothing. Remember, Tina Turner said she might not have been gorgeous, but she knew she was attractive. Y'all, I got water and chai tea. My chai tea is composed of my chamomile lavender. And you make it chai with the stuff you put in it. Mini-Me 3000 taught me that too. Do y'all learn from y'all babies? Because the Bible dang sure say, and a child shall lead them. So if you don't think that there's anything that a youngin' can teach you, you're sadly mistaken, and you're probably living over there in the land of totally somewhere, and you should come on back over here to balance and get some babies, some good babies in your life. So we're going to talk a little more about Diddy. I talked a little bit about Diddy last night. We're going to talk a little bit more about Diddy. I got a few things that I want to talk about from the court shows, talking about some of these women's. Because the couples court went over, their show was, and I thought that I had put it in here somewhere, but I'm going to talk about it because I remember it. It was the Most Outrageous Cheating Women was the name of their show. Welcome, 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 you guys. Excuse me, like, share, and subscribe. Excuse me, like, share, and subscribe. I have to take a sip of water. I have water as well. I didn't catch the whole show. I just caught the very last update that they were about to do. And we're going to talk about that. Right now, we're going to read some holy scriptures. We got a Psalm. Let's see. We got to, look, y'all, let me tell y'all something. And I'm probably going to have these, this is about 4, 5 numbers that just, it did tonight. See, I was on Facebook last night. It did tonight what it did last night, and then some. So I had Proverbs 6 and 3, Genesis 5 and 2. Add one of that 5 is 6, one of that 2 is 3. That's how my verses were last night. Now on top of that, okay, then I have Surah El-Zukhruf 67. I'm still not sure of how, because I was looking for the whole chapter, because it says surah are chapters, but then they split up into verses. So when I tried to go, it was attached to what I thought was a 43rd verse, but when I went in and put in 43, it's just, I'm gonna have to, we're gonna get this surah together. We're gonna get this Quran together. But then we have First Maccabees 3 and 6. So you got 6 and 3 transposed. And I was just watching Storm Monroe talk to I forget what the dude name was. Something about kinfolk, I think. He does numerology and gematria and gematria and things like that. And I have look, I was trying to follow with some of the gematria, but I'm like, that's still new to me too. Because some of the numbers that I was getting, he was plugging them into a site, and I was just trying to do it with my pen and my thinker. I didn't have no AI. You plug them into the site, that's AI. I was trying to do it with my AI. That's all. And some of it wasn't coming out the same way as some of his. So, yeah. I think that I want to go back and pick up my little numerology book as well and just freshen up in that area. But yes, the fact that I was watching that and he was talking about all them numbers, and then I got these numbers just doing all this stuff to me like that, I was just like, whoa. But anywho, Proverbs 6 and 3. Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself when thou art come into the hand of thy friend. Go humble thyself and make sure thy friend. This is talking about being surety for a friend. This is one of those verses, like I say, about things that happen in my life, prevalent things in my life, prevalent times in my life, prevalent people that came into my life. It's just like, pow, this thing has been sticking out to me over the years. And I don't know that I have ever studied this verse. I have studied the verse about being surety for a friend, but not this verse, verse 3. Again, I'll read. Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself when thou art coming to thy hand, the hand of thy friend. Go humble thyself and make sure thy friend. Genesis 5 and 2. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. Male and female created he them and called, male and female created he them and blessed them and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. Surah Az-Zukhruf 67. On that day, even bosom friends shall become enemies one to one another, all except God fearing. And the crazy thing is, right before I came live, I got a little puffy word about that. Before I came live, I got a little puffy word to fit that verse. Because when I heard them say that, I was like, wow, they talking about the verse, Lord. They talking about the verse, Lord. Okay then, Lord, do that thing. First Maccabees 3 and 6. Now, you know I normally have that before and that after for Proverbs. And I can, because I have the biblicals right here. But I had to get that before and after for First Maccabees 3 and 6. So the verse 6 is, wherefore the wicked shrunk. The wicked shrunk from fear of him, and all the workers of iniquity were troubled, because salvation prospered in his hands. These dudes want no joke. When I tell you the book of Maccabees, in my opinion, the book of Maccabees in and of itself ain't no joke. Again, I'll read. Wherefore the wicked shrunk for fear of him, and all the workers of iniquity were troubled, because salvation prospered in his hand. Verse 2 is speaking about them fighting the battle cheerfully of Israel. Verse 2 was the verse that I had chose. I told you when the God give me another one, I feel like I chose that first one, and the God said, "Skirt, that's not the one I want you to have." But sometimes it be relevant, and I chose it because y'all know that they rebelled against Judah. Remember I said that? Against Judah and Jerusalem, because I said that, you know, we asked for it. We asked the God for the king. We asked for the kings and things. We asked for that king. Then after we got the king, they were good for a little bit. They were good for a little bit. We asked for a king of Israel. Jacob. Your name is no longer Jacob. It's Israel. Didn't peoples of the 12 tribes wanted a king? So God said, let me give y'all a king for the kingdom of Israel. So you was kinging. Israel was kinging. And then things started going awry a little bit. And the kings started getting haughty. Because they, you know, a king got to be attractive. If you attractive, peoples want you. If you begin to give in to the peoples or the self-inclinations, you remember I talked about the self-inclinations. If you begin to give in to the peoples or the self-inclinations, then that just means that your eyes are now no longer on the bigger picture, which is the God. Because now you're thinking about yourself, what you can do to make yourself bigger, what you can do to make yourself better. That's the way the kings began to think. And so at first, you had a remnant that would like, nah, we not feeling it. We got to separate from y'all because y'all not doing quite right. And hence, the North Kingdom and the South Kingdom, Jerusalem and Judah. And Judah held out for a little bit. Judah held out for a little bit. And then it got hard. Got harder and harder for Judah not to give in to them self-inclinations. The king. And so after a while, both the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, which all come together to be Israel, you broke them down and separated yourself. Because remember I said we separate ourselves. You broke them down and separated yourself because you couldn't figure out how to work that thing out amongst you all. So you just said, I'm going to separate. So you separated. And all things became evil eventually. And so Judas, because this is another Judas. This Judas hit different. This Judas hit different. His daddy was Mattathias. So Mattathias said, me and my boys got to go because y'all is up here tripping out. Sharon, y'all is up here tripping. We just want to praise Israel. We just want to fight in battle for Israel. And so the verse after, the verse before verse 6, what did I say? Pursued wicked, sought them out. Oh! It said not only did he pursue the wicked, because he won't play no games. I want to fight this battle for Israel. He sought them out. I'm going to find these cats. Look, y'all got y'all got to go. Somebody got to go. You got to go. I ain't gonna say that on YouTube because I will not have a video. Ain't about saying no biggie on YouTube. Where am I at? Oh, and then verse 7 said, and he grieved many kings and made Jacob glad, and made his memorial blessed forever. So you see why I was choosing verse 2? Because Jacob and Israel is the same person. I hadn't got down there. I chose verse 2 from the time I read it. Oh, Lord. They just ran out. They just didn't want no parts of all that foolishness that was going down. So they said we going, and then they was like, no, y'all can't just go. Remember, I said last night, y'all gonna have to go over on Facebook and catch it. I'm I'm be uploading, but I got about 4 or 5 videos at this point up. Look, I'm Tupac in this game. I got content. I got content. Got to figure out how to keep me protected. Because I do believe I'm attractive, which means that people are going to be attracted to me that are going to try and do things with my content. I don't know if I'm going to be Armand Wiggins. Armand Wiggins. Armand Wiggins on this piece, but I have to do something. I see me early. I see me early. So yeah. So let's see. So as far as the Proverbs is concerned, when it's speaking about do this now and deliver yourself, it is speaking about, when it's saying to be surety for a friend, that's basically the epitome of being a cosigner. A cosigner. They're talking about debt to the leaders of the Mosaic Law. I thought about the couples court that I was speaking about. I thought about the couples court that I was speaking about, because that young man said that he had to leave. He had to leave his girlfriend because she cheated so much. And he had to come to the conclusion that he needed to learn how to love himself. He was co-signing for his girlfriend. Whatever she wanted, he was going to sacrifice himself to give to her. That's the first thing I thought about. I said, Lord, I know this is talking about monetary debt, but Lord, that dude sacrificed. Anytime we are in a relationship where we are willing to, because what is a cosigner? You can't get a loan, so you need me to help you get this loan. You in a relationship with somebody that can't get it together for whatever reason, can't love you like you need to be loved, can't take care of their finances like they need to, can't love themselves like they need to be loved. And you're going to keep giving of yourself, and you're going to keep giving of yourself, and you're going to keep giving of yourself, condoning. They okay. They're okay. They're the debtor. They're going to keep taking what you give. But see, the difference between the co-signer is you co-signing for that friend, and the creditor, in my opinion, in this aspect, is God. You owe God, but you so busy. You so busy co-signing for that friend, whatever it is, that you don't even know if they are worth the debt. You don't even know if they worth paying the debt. You don't even know if they are going to pay the debt so that you don't have to pay the debt. Because the cosigner ain't supposed to pay the debt. The cosigner is doing something for somebody who can't do something for themselves. So you know when we enable and to cosign, they kind of go hand in hand. We feel like that person can't do a certain thing for themselves, so we help them along with it. We keep putting up with the things that they do. There's no growth in that. Your friend is not going to understand that they can't just keep going out there and getting loans if somebody gonna pay it back every time. And what if you didn't have it? If you loaned it, you better hope you had it, because if you come up on one of these people that they talking about, that worthless person, you might not get that debt paid back. You might have to pay that debt. Because the commentary goes into saying, if you had it to co-sign, why wouldn't you just lend it to your friend anyway? I mean, then they'd have it, and there would be no third party involved. Because what it says about this, be a surety for your friend, when it's talking about do this now and deliver thyself, it's basically, the commentary gave two different ways. Humble yourself. Either way gonna take humbling. To go to the friend, it said gonna take humbling, or the neighbor, because this can be, remember, this can be somebody that you're going to that ain't got no intention of paying no debt. You ain't know that when you first said, okay, I'll help you. So you have to humble yourself and go to this person. If you ain't check up front and find out who you're dealing with, you got to know if this person gonna be, look, they talking about taking my house. They talking about taking my property. They talking about taking my clothes, bruh. They talking about making my family servants. Can I get this money for this debt so I can take it to the peoples? I ain't got paid yet. I think I just lost my job tomorrow. And I ain't gonna have no money for the rest of my life. It say, two of those commentaries said, after you've gone to your friend, you relieve yourself from that debt by any means necessary. It make it seem so dangerous. But it also says, go to the creditor. But it says, by one means or another, several of the commentary was like, you get the debt paid by one means or another. It's talking about going to the creditor and laying prostrate before the creditor and seeing if there is anything that I can do, because I done foolishly came and gave my name in reference for my friend, and I don't know what I was thinking, and I wish that you would relieve me from this, please, and go and take his stuff. Please. And thank you. So you better treat trying to get out of that debt as if it was the best advice for the circumstance. The actual verses tell you, the next verse goes on to say, you better treat it like a deer trying to get away from. I've been surety, and someone has been surety for me. And I believe, look, that revelation came to me as I was studying today. Holy God, I think you let me become surety because I was the worthless person, pretty much. My grandmother co-signed for me, and I did not pay that debt. And so God needed me to get some get back, have some get back. And so I went out, and I was surety, knowing I ain't have it. But like I said, whether you got it or not, whether you have counted the cost or not, once you give it, it's gone. If ain't nobody gonna give it back once you give it, boo, it is gone. You better ask somebody. Shit. Excuse me, yo. That was an alarm because I got these alarms scheduled, and that was my bedtime alarm. So that tells you. The goal is to be going live, I think, though, during the day, though, for real. That's the goal. It said you need to take immediate steps to be free. It says, excuse me, one of the commentary says that the eighth commandment speaks to us about taking care of our estate, so we are supposed to be responsible for our own debts. But every now and then something happens, and you have a neighbor, you have a friend, and you have a big heart, and you dealing with somebody for the most part that you feel like is going to pay you back. That's why it's good to know. It's good to know. You heard that verse saying friends will become evil. That means that it's people in your camp right now that you call friend that ain't gonna stay your friend. It's gonna become your enemy. Unless y'all living righteous. Everybody wanna make that religious all the time. But it just means that y'all live in a balanced and a true friendship, good, bad, and indifferent. You guys have come to a point in your life where you accept each other. There are no hidden jealousies or animosities, because you kind of don't know that about a person unless you do. So the commentary goes on to say it's poor men, poor honest men out there that can use that help more than a worthless man. And I call myself worthless. I do call myself worthless because I ain't paid my grandmother back. But I don't call myself worthless in character. I did not do a good thing with my grandmother, and therefore the God brought it back to me. A lot of foes. A lot of foes. Now, said young men should be advised by their elders. They have more knowledge and experience. Trust and believe that is just not men, but men and women. You should be advised by your elders. They are here for, we are here for a reason. Friend said, look, friend said last week her baby was like, "Mom, I miss Yvette know all the Bible verses." Now she said her oldest baby came in there and was like, "Is she a preacher?" She said, "No, son. She is just godly, and she done lived and had some experiences." And I love the word. And I am coming to love all of the Holy Scriptures that have been placed in my... I love the Apocrypha, even though I can't really understand it that good right now. And OMG, how I love... the Quran, even though I can't really understand it. And OMG, how I love the Apocrypha. So, the God knew. Always knows. It says you definitely do not want to rashly be surety for a friend. Catch it. Don't be going out there being fast in your britches, giving up something and you don't know nothing about what's going on. Because generally, and I think I've heard Judge Judy say this, if they can't go in the store and get it, it's for a reason. It's not always going to be the case. But it just is what it is. Like, really? It is what it is. Look, what I say earlier, don't loan more than you can give. Don't loan more than you can give. That has always been said to me. Don't loan more than you can give, because you might not give it back. Then it's not a loan. You might not get it back. Then it's not a loan. You can always take somebody to civil court and sue them, but you know how hard you have to press to get a civil case, get the monies from a civil case. Just because you get the judgment don't mean you getting the money. Even before Tasha K and Cardi B. Just because you get the judgment does not mean that you're getting the money. Period. Let's see. Leeches loves to... Wait. What the... I can't even say. I don't even know. I am so mad because I was supposed to have a tongue twister there. Because it was saying that you don't want to do this for just the person that's idle, the person that you see does not have something going for them. They like to lurch. And I put that they were leeches. And I say, leeches lead, loves, and lurch. I am so mad. Who knows? Who knows? Y'all know I'll be writing in Yvette shorthand sometime. It said that when the Mosaic Law was instituted, Israel knew nothing about paying with interest. It said that you won't even supposed to be trying to loan no extremely poor person anything. So these are people when you giving these loans, or you allowing your friend couldn't have been poor to get the loan. Let's start there. Sometimes things get a little bit above people's heads, but let's start. You won't pose. It was against policies to give poor people loans because you knew they weren't going to be able to afford to pay that interest. So we're dealing with someone that was supposed to, someone that probably ain't read the fine print. Gotta read the fine print. What is that? What was that? Oh my goodness. What did I say? Oh, okay, okay. We talking about a bug's life. Because that proverb also talks about the ant, watching the ant. Remember the ant, you slugger, because all of these verses stuck out to me over the years. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, and poverty shall come upon you like an armed bandit. Yeah. Watch the ant, you slugger. The ant go and do what it's supposed to do at this time so that it can make sure that at that time it's doing what it's supposed to do. The ant counted the cost. People learning how to count the cost. The ant counted the cost. And didn't go out there and bite off too much more than it could chew. But I brought that because then the commentator went on to say that the worthless man is a pest. So that was a spin on the bugs. You're going to watch these because they're going to teach you. They're going to stimulate you. They're going to know how to do. But you better watch that one because that one will bite you. The human bug. Gill's commentary didn't just call him worthless, called a man worthless. He called him careless, crafty, and deceitful. He might leave you in debt. Might not even be really a friend. Might not be righteous. Look, it be on some OG stuff. It said, look, y'all, I have no clue why the Jeffersons is on so late. When I said that the Jeffersons, they must be doing like a marathon because Barney Miller is supposed to be on at 9 o'clock. I don't know what come on at 10 because I normally have it on Law and Order by the end. But the Jeffersons have been on since 7, which makes me feel like they've been look at me. Three's Company come on at 7. I remember this one because this one is going to be at the end where George is going to have to give the KKK man CPR, and he ain't gonna want George to do it. He gonna tell him to just let me die. He gonna tell him just let me die. Look, like y'all, I love the Jeffersons. I can tell you some episodes of the Jeffersons. They giving Andy CPR because it's Andy right now. But at the end, George is gonna have to get that KKK member some CPR. And he gonna be like, you should have let me die. Cause I was just like, even when as a little child, I was like, well, dang God, maybe. Maybe he said it. But anywho, welcome, you guys. We is almost done. So this Gills said, if your friend don't pay, if you go to your friend, if you humble yourself and you go to your friend and your friend is still not trying to do What needs to be done about this debt? It said you need to go out there and multiply your friends. Tell your friends to go get their friends and let y'all be friends. In my Biggie voice. And go handle that debt. That's what the commentary said. I said, go handle that debt. Said get it by some means or another. I didn't say it. I'm just studying it. Let's see. Okay, so now we go on to Genesis, male and female. Says that although Adam was I was getting ready to say born first. You know, I told y'all we was made out of that refined dust. We had that special refined divine dust. We won't just dust. We refined and I forgot what the other word was, but it's your bones. Your bones is dust too. But we wasn't made out of, we was made out of the dust that was already, that was pressed together. Yeah. But it said that we were blessed at the same time. God blessed Adam and Eve at the same time. Now, one of the commentary goes into saying there was a fourth circumstance that was not narrated in chapter 1. And it's speaking about I forgot what the daggone word was because I didn't put the word in there that the commentary spoke about. But the word was basically defined as a protected geographical indication. It was basically speaking about like grape wines. This word, it could be used with other food, but it's basically used for where you're going to be putting your wine, your wineries and things like that. Your what is it called? It's not called a winery, not back then. Um, Anywho, y'all know what I mean. I cannot right now, God, I cannot. Said Gills defined the female and male as it being one man and one woman only. For anyone that may want to be sensitive about that, to want to make that about gender or sexuality, I don't believe that it's about that, although the commentary didn't go deeper. If it said one man and one woman only, I take that to mean it only wants two people in that marriage. It only wants two people in that marriage. It don't particularly care to have no outsiders involved in that marriage. And it was speaking of other wives. It was not speaking of anything but other spouses. Does not want it. It was not. It's speaking of the institute of marriage not being for one to have multiple spouses. And y'all do know that there's not just sister wives out there, it's brother husbands. It's brother husbands out there because they are polygamy, polygyny, and polygamy. They are polygamy is the word, and polygyny and polygamy are umbrellas under polygamy. So there are brother husbands as well as sister wives. But this verse is speaking to the fact that the marriage bed should be an institution between two people. And their names were Adam, which means earth. Adam means earth. And Josephus goes on to say that he believes it more means red earth because Adam was formed out of the clay, the red earth. You know, I think I've said that on this platform before. The Warrell women, they like to eat clay dirt. And I've heard other people say that, other older people or other people my age say that their elders ate clay dirt as well. I eat starch from time to time. I have in the past because I have a whole container of starch in my cabinet that I have not once put any in my mouth. I have not done that in a lot of years, probably as long as my babies have been born, or at least Mini-Me 3000 as a baby. I don't just go around eating starch anymore, but I couldn't imagine eating dirt at all. But they say, I said that because they say that it's a similar texture to starch. Let's see. This verse says to me, this verse in the Apocrypha says to me that your bestest friend, all I said, Lord, please don't, I don't want to lose my bestest friend, Lord. I believed it. I believe, that's my belief, but we can believe it. It don't mean it's got to be so. This is saying friends will become your enemies. They will become your enemies. All except those who are righteous. And I think a lot of times we feel like because somebody walks in religiousness, that they are righteous. That's not the case. A spirit of discernment is very, very necessary. Very, very necessary. Because you can have somebody walking right beside you that you believe is righteous. That's not the case. Please don't mix religion up with righteousness. Sadly mistaken if we do that. Now, the Maccabees verse, I basically talked about it, but I went down further and read because the Maccabees want no joke. Like this book is named after Judas Maccabees and his family because they just said, we gonna fight for Israel. And so they had people coming to him like, how we gonna fight these people? We so small and they got all these. And he was like, look, you don't know the God I serve, because the God I serve is not worried about the size of the army. Hence, Scary Gideon. I call him Scary Gideon all the time. Scary Gideon was like, Lord, you keep taking the peoples away. You keep taking my army away. You keep subtracting. How is you subtracting? And it's all these people out here. All these people out here that just want to get us. And you just keep taking the peoples away from the army. Because the Lord says, I got this. The masses don't got this. Your power lies in my hands. I got this. And that's what Judas said to the people. Y'all don't know God like I know God. I understand what it looked like, and I understand that they just a little of us. But God knows that we is fighting for Israel's sake. And so the king was sending peoples. The king won't send the big. He was just sending all the king's horses and all the king's men and stuff like that. And they was doing them in. I told y'all yesterday that they got a few of them. They got a few men, women, and children. But even after they got them men, women, and children, no, look, I said they didn't even do them in, unalive them at first. They just did them in. And they was like, yeah, no, we still not eating y'all food. This was about, excuse me, this one won't about food. I apologize. The G of a woman from out of second Maccabees was about food. This one was, we just not serving the gods y'all want us to serve, because when God released us to the 12 tribes of Israel, God said that this is how I wanted y'all to do it. And then y'all come in here with this foolishness telling me that I'm supposed to do something other than what God tell me to do because you said do it. And I understand that somewhere back down the line, my people said that they wanted a king. I ain't say that. We ain't say that. We said, for God we live, for God we die. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That God. So do us in if you do us in. But then they just came back with the food. They had to sit back and regroup. Judas and them had to sit back and regroup, get it together. And as they were regrouping, Antiochus, the king up there where they run from, he like, wait, what's going on? Because my peoples ain't coming back like they supposed to. They supposed to be coming back, and they supposed to be bringing them back because ain't nobody told them that they could leave. And Judas is like, yeah, come on, dude. Come on, man. We not coming back. So Antiochus went and paid people for a year to go and attack them. Paid until you ain't had no more money and gifts to give. Why? Because you was being punished. The Judah and the Jerusalem was being punished. It said there was dissension and plagues from the fact that you moved the landmarks. You know you ain't supposed to move them ancient landmarks. You moved them away from what their fathers, their forefathers was teaching them. You wanted them to move over here with the way how you wanted things. So now you are suffering because you now want to go bring them back into the way you wanted things to go down, but things ain't even working out right because of what you did. All they were trying to do was get away from what you did, and you is what you are now paying for what you did because you ain't even got no more money to give people to go and fight on them. So he decides he gonna go to Syria and take the, excuse me, not Syria, Persia, and take their stuff so that he can go and not only go to Persia and take their stuff, but come back and really put Jerusalem out of under attack, because this is what you know is gonna get Judas and them's attention. But y'all ain't playing with no foes. Y'all is playing with some babies of the Most High God. And y'all ain't playing because the God don't play. Nah. That's all it's about that. Okay, ladies. I don't care how you go about this. I don't care if there's an artificial insemination. I don't care if you sit down and do it the old-fashioned way. I don't care if they put your stuff in the petri dish and mix it together, however they do that. There is a sperm and an egg involved in it all. There is a sperm and an egg involved in it all. That means that there is a mother and a father for a reason. Y'all got to come together and make it. I don't care if y'all don't do the deed. A sperm and an egg means a man's and a woman got to come together and make that little baby. You remember I said it's the peoples. We walk around feeling like it's okay for children not to have fathers. We make that decision. We make that decision. Fathers don't get no say in it, ladies. We say things like, they don't need a father. I can raise my child on my own. All my baby need is me. We don't need no man. I think that's your emotions talking most of the time. Because 9 times out of 10, you lay down with him. You needed him for a moment. You didn't need him, you wanted him. Now we 9 months down the line because you vibed and you wanted him for a moment. Now you don't need no man. Your baby don't need no man. Or you go on this paternity court because you done been here, there, and everywhere. And baby, believe you me, I know the things and the stuff that can lead you down the path to be going here, there, and everywhere. I understand. Been there. All I can do is praise thee, God, is that I got one baby daddy. Because I got a good God. But not because I didn't. Been there. Been there. Even to the point where I infringed my rights on baby daddy. Yeah, I gave him a you can't see this chick. You can't see. You don't want to act right. You can't. Guess what? I was just as wrong then as you is now. You have absolutely, positively no right to be trying to put a man out of the baby's life because you mad, because you hurt, because your feelings is all like this on the inside, when all Sylvia be trying to tell you is that your this is attached to your this. So if you don't think about that in the interim, in the beginnings, then you're going to have a whole hot mess 9 months down the line, because your baby shouldn't suffer for your shortcomings. You might not be healed right now. You might not never go through a healing point. That just means your baby gonna suffer. I just bypassed somebody on TikTok. Somebody I follow on Facebook, she's starting a little podcast, her and one of her friends, saying that her mother ain't really, she know her mother ain't really have it to give to her. She didn't have it to give. These curses ain't fake. And guess what, ladies? Because all too often, guess what? We gonna have compassion for the ladies. You just heard me say so much compassion. We ain't gonna have none of that for the dudes. If y'all don't go to etymology online, etymonline.com, and plug in the definition for boy and see that they don't even want you to know that that's a human. The boys get it worse. Sean Combs was raised by somebody, and we always want to detach the parent. We want to be a detaching parent. Everybody want to detach T.I. No. Because he was out there working. No. Because they had to go work 3 jobs. Did you count the cost? Judge Judy just got on that board because you got all these kids and you can't afford 3 kids. 9 times out of 10, neither can we, ladies. Did we count the cost? Because then we raise these babies in how we are, and then we come back and we say, I did the best I can. And then you have overly narcissistic, very arrogant, overly cocky, can't be told what to do, might be unaliving people, might go out there and put their hands on babies, might go out there and want to steal up the world, might go out there and want to womanize on every woman because they don't like you. We want to find ourselves somewhere in there. Because the boys get it too. The crazy thing is the crazy thing is the true thing, but the true thing is the crazy thing. If you are bringing something, we're not even going to talk about trauma that happens in the adult. If you are bringing something out of your childhood, we're not even going to talk about young adults. Let's talk about old adults. Diddy is probably older than me, I'm certain. And I'm not making any excuses. I have said it once, I will say it again. Whatever he is guilty of, I would like to see justice. Whatever he ain't guilty of, I don't want to see no chick get something she don't deserve from nobody. That is irrational to want him to be punished or to think it's okay for anybody that's coming out the woodwork. Nah. But enough of that. Do we know what that young man might have went through when he was younger? As far as generational curses, because the boys, they get it too. The boys, they get it too. And all too often, they're not going to be so willing to heal. They're going to go out there and get that bag. They're going to, look, some of the hurtest boys can get the best bags. Some of the hurtest boys can get the best bags. Why? Because they're attractive. And they have determined and deciphered that whatever went down in them doors. What Jigga say? So far for being the bastard that Marcy had fathered. That young lady on paternity court said of herself today, once the judge said it, she said, I do a lot of, what she say? Let me get to the word. Where is that? Oh, no, that's not it. Where is that? She said, I do a lot of stuff. A lot of the stuff I do is nasty and disrespectful to myself. A lot of the stuff I do is nasty and disrespectful to myself. When you don't care, that's how it's going about. And you're seeing Puff Daddy portrayed right now as a person that don't care. Lovely T just said it. I just got finished watching before I came up here. And I say, all you could get, I said that about T.I. and them, all we can base it off of is what we see. We can't see inside people's houses. But that man made people walk to different cities to go get cheesecake. He, that was one of look, Gene Deal and Mark Curry, the rapper, not the comedian. What in the, look, that look like Maud. I'm tripping. Um, Look, cause I done got distracted. Oh my God. I'm gonna turn the TV off when I go live because that really just distracted me and made me forget what the heck. Oh, there's an Amber Alert. Somebody is missing, you guys. I don't know what I was about to say. I'm so mad that I forgot what I was about to say. But what I do know is that young men generally, where at some certain point as women we are working on trying to heal, that is very much just on a lesser scale with young men. And we skip over to this part where we're saying get over it and do better, but we don't ever offer any ways that one can do that. You people are so quick to just be telling folks to get over it and this, that, and the other, and talk about you and talk about what they want to happen to you after things start going down, and we don't ever know what curses may have had to be attempted to be broken by a young man. A young man who is all too often told that he cannot cry, that he has to man up, that he has to be the man. Ooh, don't let a daddy be gone. Because now he the man of the house. They're taught not to have emotions. And then we think that they supposed to be like us. They go through some of the same things that we go through, are taught not to have emotions, and then we think they supposed to grow up and be like us. I'm not condoning nothing Puff Daddy is doing, because look, this young man said that basically, look, imagine this. Imagine having all of that money that Puff Daddy has, and you really don't feel good about yourself. What Kanye say to people highest up got the lowest self-esteem, the prettiest people do the ugliest things on the roads of riches and diamond rings, because they hate us flaws, because we the greatest. We trying to buy back our 40 acres, and for that paper, look how low we are still, we still in the cool. It wasn't even supposed to go that far. I do not own the rights to that music, Kanye. Do not come get me. But if the people highest up have the lowest self-esteem, they're going to do everything that they can to try and convince you that they have high self-esteem. And generally, those people only explode when they're in the privacy of their own homes or where people can't see them. So it's the people that work closest with them that begin to be able to tell you, because I believe that there's truth to what these young men are saying, and I also believe what Lovely T said. Just like I felt about R. Kelly, is some people that should be sitting in jail with him, but they're not. Some of the stuff that these young men are saying that they did, especially the don't drink out of that bottle, you drink out of those bottles, because the girls going to drink out of them bottles, because them is the bottles that's going to make us be able to do the things and the stuff that we're going to be able to do to them girls and boys, allegedly. Allegedly. But in all of that, in all of the speaking, in all of the people that are coming out telling, just imagine that you're hearing all these things. You think, because it is what it is. Some people think that because they have this money, It is supposed to afford them whatever it is that they want. Or the whatever woman, because some men think that. I believe Kevin, that what Kevin. Oh Lord, I'm about to call him Pastor name. I apologize, Pastor Swan. I ain't talking about you. Kevin Samuels. High value men can have any woman they want. And it's probably a large amount of women that they probably can get. But they're not going to be the ones with true substance. That's what Mark Corey said. He said Diddy wanted one of his chicks and got upset when he couldn't have the chick, and he felt like he was going to be violent with the chick, so he got the chick up out of there. He had the money. He left her. He left. He was like, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go to the store. He got back, and the girl was like, why you leave me here with this weird dude? You can't always get what you want. I won't rise to that music. You can't always get what you want. I don't care how much money you got. It is not your money. Oh. Money can't buy you love. Money can only buy you things and stuff. Money might even buy you a little bit of booty, but it can't buy you love. It can't buy you attraction. It can't buy you emotionality. It can't buy you that. It can't buy you substance. It can only buy you Balenciagas and Rolexes so you can look the part and then walk up to somebody thinking that you're going to get it because you got all your Balenciaga and your Rolexes and you stepping out of your, I don't know what kind of new cars y'all be driving, ones that fly with wings. I don't know. But they just drop at your feet. You can't always get what you want. The prettiest people do the ugliest things on the road to riches and diamond rings. So here we have it. He was attractive. But if you are attractive and you don't know what to do with it, if you are attractive and empty on the inside, woo, buddy. Woo, buddy, how much of that do we got going on? Where the substance at? Because substance ain't going to put all their business out. Substance is not going to be walking around just acting like a behind all to everybody everywhere. Substance is going to move with class, integrity, dignity, regality. Yeah. And it ain't going to be no front. Now we can front if you like. Let's see. Oh my God. So we got the husband and the wife on paternity court. He is suing the wife. The wife is up there with the ex. He's the father of her oldest daughter. Had to get a paternity test to see that he was the father for the oldest daughter. So now her and him is over here on the defendant side. Husband is over here. They only been married for 3 months. And he is suing, trying to find out if I's the daddy or if the other daddy is the new daddy. If the old daddy is the new daddy. So as they are waiting for the paternity test results, you know, they going back and forth at it and all of that good stuff like that. So she says, you need to get a job and take care of your kids. And he looked at her and he said, I can say the same thing about you. She said, I take care of my kids. He said, your kids are with your mom. She said, I pay child support. He said, how you do that with no job? And she just sat right there silent. Ooh, way to shut her up. Way to shut her up. And the old boyfriend wound up on the other side with the new husband, but the old boyfriend was the daddy. She got children calling both of them daddy. Yeah. Let's see. Mark Curry said that Diddy is being humbled I just posted, hello, beautiful. The God does not like arrogance. I've been talking about haughtiness and arrogance and all of that all week. I didn't go get these subjects because of Puffy. He just fit into what the God is speaking about. That's how it go down. That's why that thing I said that fit into that verse about friends, Pop and Puff was cool enough that they became enemies. Now all that we hear and we been heard, that's just like R. Kelly and Aaliyah. Like you already heard that the people felt like he is responsible for Tupac and Biggie. Said he was overly arrogant, cocky, and selfish. He was overly arrogant, cocky, and selfish. Willie D seems to believe that he is going to be a scapegoat. I think Storm was saying Puffy wanted at the top. He called Puffy a bottom B. I ain't even gonna say that curse. Called him a bottom B. Which means that he was surety. Puffy was surety. He co-signed for somebody. Somebody said, we gonna loan you all this glitz and glam. Because you attractive, you attracted us to you. You attracted us to you. And we're gonna hand you all this glitz and glam, and then we want you to go out here and make these sacrifices. And I ain't even talking Illuminati or anything like that. I am talking exactly what Lovely T said, what we see. We have seen Sean Combs over the years and these behaviors and things like that. We have seen it with our own eyes because he showed you. Thank y'all for sitting with me a spell. Hello, beautiful. Are you attractive? Tina Turner said she was attractive. She said she didn't believe she was beautiful, gorgeous, but she knew she was attractive. She drew people. Do you draw beautiful? Because if you do, you must be careful. Because that which is attractive will draw good, bad, and indifferent. In this season, we want to get the spirit of discernment around us, beautiful. Sylvie loves you, and I am out. Like they didn't have nobody else. Everybody is on this.